Hey guys, it's Sean here from Sean's DIY and Reviews, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do a time lapse with your GoPro. So let me know if this is something that you're interested in, and I want to do a couple more tutorials. And so if there's stuff that I've done on my videos that you're interested in learning more about, and then maybe that's a direction I'll go as well. Maybe I'll do some tutorial series. So if you've seen, I've done a couple of time lapses and thought might make sense to show you how this is done. So I'm going to show you how to set up your GoPro in order to create your time lapse, and then I'll do another part there telling you how to bring it into your editing software. I use Corel Video Studio, but it's probably similar on many others. And then finally at the end I will show you this time lapse, so see what it looks like. Add a little music to it and made it look a little interesting. So I'd love to hear what you think, so check it out. Let me know in the comments below. Here we go. Alright, so looking at the camera, you can obviously do this with any camera you'd like. You can do it with the GoPro, you can do it with a DSLR, probably even your cell phone. But I'm going to do this with the GoPro. And so essentially you're going to see right here, you can do 4K, you can do anything you'd like. But what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to this bottom corner. I'm in video mode right now. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to go over here on the right, and there's time-lapse video, time-lapse photo, and night-lapse photo. So I've just been using the time-lapse photo. People have said don't use time-lapse video. I'm not sure why. So if you know the answer to that, maybe put that in the comments below. I'd love to know why that might not be the best feature, or if you have used it, great, let me know. So then from there, I would pick time-lapse photo, and then it asks you for intervals. And I understand if you're driving, you're going to want every half a second, because that's going to give you the best view because you're moving at such a fast pace. I've learned that around 5 seconds is good for time lapses that I'm doing, like clouds, and if I'm in a static place, to do it there. I'd also recommend that if you're going to do the night, the sky, do it when there are clouds. Don't do it when it's just clear, completely clear day, because you might not get much. And so yeah, so I'm going to do it 5 seconds. I wish there was 3 seconds, just because I tried 2 and I feel like that's just too close of an interval. So 5 seconds works good, but you probably, if you want to get any kind of length, you're probably going to have to do at least 2 hours of photos, because at 30 frames per second, 5, you can do the math, I'll put it up on the screen, but you're going to need a lot of frames to even get a minute. And then from there, you're going to choose what you want your field of view. Do you want it wide, linear, medium, narrow? I've gone, when I was doing the sky, just wide, but what I would do is just line this up and see what your thoughts are. But because I was doing the sky in this case, I did go with wide. Now the other thing you want to do is you're going to want to go into Protune. You want to make sure that's turned on. So in Protune, I've heard people say you can use GoPro color, or you can use the flat. It's really up to you. It depends on how much post-editing you want to do. So if you like the GoPro color, leave it at GoPro. If you want to do a lot of color editing afterwards, then maybe you put it in flat. Auto white balance is good. You want to put your minimum ISO to 100, because the lower the ISO, the better, the more clear and crisp the image is going to be. And you don't want it more than 800. Otherwise, as it gets dark especially, you're going to end up losing a lot of the quality of the picture to grain. Sharpness, I recommend putting sharpness down to medium or low, and as you can always sharpen it later on, and then leave it at that. Then from there, just go ahead and hit your red button on top and start your time lapse. Make sure that you have it sitting where you want it to be, and that it can't be moved. It's in a safe and secure place. So the first thing you need to do is create a new project. You're going to right click on the timeline, and you're going to choose insert photo or time-lapse strobe. You're going to pick that, and then you would have already had to have done your time-lapse, which I've shown you how to do. Open that folder, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top photo of that folder. You're going to hit Control on your keyboard and A, and then that's going to select every single picture in that space. And I think it's still loading all of them. So now that that's loaded, I'm going to hit open, and that's going to drag all of these photos onto my timeline here, and that's going to allow me to create this. Okay, now this screen comes up and it gives you an option. Do you want to keep every frame? So keep one frame and then drop one frame so it'll only keep every other frame that you have. You can keep 2 or 3 frames and drop every, one out of every 4. You can do anything like that to adjust the time. But for now, I'm just going to put 1 frame, drop none. And my duration per frame is going to be 1 second. So it's telling me here my total time is going to be 29 seconds, 0.16. So if I make it 2 seconds, then it would double. 3 seconds per frame, it would triple, right? So for the moment, I'm just going to leave it at 1 second per frame. So as you can see, I had a lot of pictures, but it goes pretty quick. So I'm going to hit OK. And now it's going to load all of these photos right there. And that's my picture. So I'm going to click on here to expand it. And I'm going to go in as far as I can until I get to one of my pictures. Now I'll pick somewhere in between, in the middle. And in that particular picture, what I'll do is I'll do all my editing. So if I want to color grade this or something like that, I'll do all my editing. And then from there, so I'm going to do blue to see if I get some any blue in the sky. And we're not getting much, but I can add a little blue to the sky to make it a little more colorful and interesting. But color grade it how you like. Then you're going to take this picture that you color graded and then just do copy attributes. Then you're going to do Control A to select all. Then you're going to right click again and you're going to do paste all attributes. And so now what that did was it took the attribute from that picture and applied it to every single picture in my timeline. So if I'm happy with that, then I can go and hit play and I can see what this timeline, what this is going to look like, what my video is going to look like. And if it's where I like it to be, then I'm going to leave it. And because I'm recording, it's tapping the resources here, so you're seeing it a little bit slower than it normally would be, but I'll put at the end of this video the actual time lapse so you can see it. But this is how you do it. If you're good with that, then go ahead and render your project and you'll have your videos. So hope this was helpful to all. If you liked it, definitely consider subscribing. Let me know, I'd appreciate it, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video.